Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Zebo Nation Plays, the FM Scout Academy Challenge with FC Dallas, Season 9, and it's Champions League time. Can do a brief look at the MLS while we're at it. As you can see, our run is continuing very strong. We are first in the Western Conference, first in the Supporters Shield at 63 points. We're blowing away the competition. I believe we've already qualified for the playoffs, if not the first position in the playoffs. Anyway, the Supporters Shield is all but a foregone conclusion this season, so we don't need to talk too much about that. This video is all about the North American Champions League. It's the group stage, and we'll take a look at that real quickly. You can see a lot of familiar names here. Tigres right now is winning Group B. They've only got 3 points, though. They've only played one game, so we're not quite sure how that division or how that group is going to play out. Group A, Santos Laguna and Puerto Rico FC are tied with 3 points each. They've each got a win, although Puerto Rico FC has a loss. Santos Laguna is a Premier League team in the Mexican division, but they're not one of the best teams up there, so that division could be up for grabs, or that group. Here we are in Group C. We've got 3 points after one win, and then our opponents each have 1 point after a draw. Minnesota's leading Group D, tied with Comunicaciones. Chicago seems to be in control of Group E. Orlando is well in control of Group F. Monterrey tied with Isidro Metapan in Group G, and Group H is Marathon and Pachuca are battling it out there. So let's take a look at our current competition here. We are facing Aguila, which they are in the El Salvadoran Premier Division. Take a look at their history here. Not a lot of championship history for this club. Founded in 1926, CD Aguila are a professional El Salvadoran club currently playing in the Premier Division. The club play their home games at Estadio Juan Francisco Barraza and possess an average training facility, good youth facilities. The club also has a good junior coaching staff, an above-average youth recruitment network. So, maybe they build their team up through youth. That's a possibility. The club enjoyed their best spell of success during the 2000s, although they are now enduring a 12-year barren spell, having not won a competition since 2012. I forgot how far in the future we are. It is 2024. So, they've got a pretty decent history, but maybe they're not so great currently. We can take a look at their registration. Senior squad. They've got 3 real players. One pretty good player here, Cesar Correas, defensive midfielder or central midfielder. He's a 3-star player, essentially. He's got some room for improvement. How old is this fella here? He's only 17 years old, so he's got a lot of room for improvement. Then they've got a 16-year-old right back and a 19-year-old goalkeeper. So they do have, I suppose, young talent on this team, but not an abundance of it. Then the other team we're facing is Alajeulense from Costa Rica. And this is a team I thought they were going to be our toughest competition going into this group. They're of course, Premier Division from Costa Rica. Their registration looks pretty similar to the other team. They got some youth prospects here. 20-year-old Cesar Sequeira. Gerardo Smith, defensive center back, is injured, only 18 years old. Winston Lacey, 17-year-old goalkeeper. So neither of these teams looks too incredibly formidable, but Alajeulense does have quite the championship pedigree here. 29 Premier Division championships, 3 North American Championship Cups. So this is a very storied program out of Costa Rica, And Costa Rica, they have been known to produce some pretty good players. Maybe not, too many of them at one time and, golden generation type. But every so often they produce some pretty high quality players. And their national team plays pretty well in these North American competitions. They give the USA fits all the time. They're very difficult to beat at home. So we can take a look. We've already played one game here in the Champions League, and that was against Alajeulense, and we defeated them 4-1. It was quite a dominant victory. I was a little bit surprised. I thought they'd give us a little bit better of a run, but we did play our full potential against them. We played most of our starters, or at least many of our starters, including, of course, our strikers, Alcantara and Washington. And if you look at our ratings, you can see everyone played very, very well. Our defense had excellent ratings. And I'm not going to show you all the highlights because they were quite extensive. But we did start off pretty early, getting up to the 3-0 lead. Guevara, Cole, and our central defender, Ruthven, our rookie, scored a goal on a set piece. Put us up 3-0, and then they got one back. And then we finalized one in the 66th minute and sort of ground out the victory from there, 4-1. So we are up in the group, and if we can win this game today, then we should be able to take home the group. But first we have to get by AGUILA. Let's take a look at the match previews. We got a lot of good matches today. Montreal versus Saprissa, that should be a good one. Anything else we got going on here? Tigres is in action, so we got lots of good games going on. Take a look at the match preparation. Looks like they're going a little bit defensive here. The 4-4-1-1 seems to be their formation of choice. But let's go on to our team selection. We've got a little bit of a rotated side here. Actually, quite a rotated side. I don't know. Do I want to move Sanchez, the goalkeeper, out? Get some of our other goalkeepers into action here. Brought up young man from the academy, one of our goalkeepers here, Nacl Colina. I don't think I want to play him, but I might get Lure some playing time. He's losing match fitness, our backup goalkeeper. So we'll get him a little bit of playing time there. Give Sanchez a rest. And the reason we're resting so many players is we have a game coming up pretty soon after. Let me take a look here, make sure we're on the right day. Are we on the right day? Yeah, we got Colorado in just a couple of days here, and then we have a ton of players out on international duty. So I think it's fairly safe to play a somewhat rotated side here. Ooh, okay. So we're going to go with Lure in goal, Wheat and Makopa at fullbacks, Johnson and Wang Wen at central defense, Guevara, Guldan, Tomas, and Gonzalez at midfield, Ben Manning, and Sammy as our strikers. So hopefully this rotated side can get us the victory here. If not, we got several of our veterans on the bench we can bring out should we need them. It was a long day today. I went to Free Comic Book Day. My podcast had a booth at our local comic book store. Good time there. We asked people trivia questions in exchange for free comic books. It was a good time. We had a raffle we signed people up for. Let's see. We have a question from our hometown paper, the Frisco, Texas Soccer Latest. Tom Alvarez, enthusiastic journalist with great respect. Bryce Wheat takes the captain's armband today. What do you see in him as a leader? That is kind of a strange choice for captain, but I know I can rely on him to set the tone and ensure everybody reaches the required standard. Oops, I just answered the second question without reading it. Hopefully it was a good answer. Looks like they're going with the Stargate formation here with the pyramid and the 3 constellations up top here. So it's a 4-2-1-3 wide with 2 defensive midfielders. They know I don't like 2 defensive midfielders, but That's probably why they're going with it. Try to stifle us, our central attack here. But we'll just close down on a couple of players and continue on. Doesn't look like they're sending their fullbacks forward, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Come on, guys. We're the favorites here. Show me what you can do. Now, we are going down to their stadium. It doesn't look too full, but, you know, they could be getting some home field advantage. This is what we've been doing all season long. It's the tactic that's been dominating the MLS, which is a high-pressure control system. So we're pushing our defense forward. We're forechecking, stealing the ball, and then controlling the ball. And we are just dominating everybody. So hopefully we can do the same here against this team and start the match. My hometown team, Lansing United, played today. Got a nice 3-2 victory over Ann Arbor. It was a pretty good day. It was in the 60s today out there. Nice sunny day for a soccer game. Everybody was very excited. All the supporters out there. We had our scarves and everything. It was a good time. Guldan wins one here. Makopa to Gonzalez. Oh, we get the deflection goal. The crowd sounds none too happy about that. Ross Gonzalez with the deflected goal. That's good for him. He could use a bit of a boost. He's kind of lost a lot of playing time to one of our rookies. Even though he's still on the U.S. national team, we haven't played him that much this season. So he's definitely due for some good play. Let's see, not a lot of highlights going on. We should put more crosses in. I don't know about that. So we got our 1-goal lead and we're just controlling the match. I guess that's all right. Sammy's offsides. Yeah, I got season tickets to Lansing United. I don't know if any of you out there saw my Lansing United series that I did. Oh, there we go. That was not a very eventful first half, but we did get the goal to go ahead. Let's be calm and say, you've played well so far, but there's room for improvement. All right, let's start the second half real quick. Yeah, I did a series where I took Lansing United over to England and tried to rise them up from the lower leagues. I didn't get too far. I went from the Venerama South to the Venerama National, got promoted, and then I think 5 or 6 seasons in, I lost the coaching job there. So it was, you know, a gamble, but we did get promoted at least one league up before I got fired. But, you know, maybe we'll try that again at some point, going back to the English leagues. So not a lot happening. We're starting to get some yellow cards here. I'm going to sub out our youngster, Tomas. Bring in Zamora. I've been playing Zamora much more in the midfield recently. Play him at deep lying playmaker, just to get some of our other midfielders like Gonzalez out there at advanced playmaker. And it's given us a much more formidable, much more attacking midfield, and I think that's done some good things for us. It's given us a little bit of a different dimension in our attack, getting a little bit more out of the midfield than we had previously. All right, time is ticking here. Here's a highlight. It's been only one highlight this whole game. Gonzalez gets the ball to Guevara. He's looking. Guldan, can he get it up? No, he just shoots it. Oh, the crowd. Offsides, Ben Manning. The crowd doesn't quite know how to react to that. All right, we got a couple of tired people out there. I'm going to get out the yellow card of Makopa. Bring in Garcia. I don't know. Wang Yuan is very tired. And I think I will bring in Ruthven just to shore up that defense. Just to make sure that we don't make any mistakes here in the final few minutes. Get one of our better defenders out there. Ruthven has taken command of our defense. Ooh, here we go. Highlight. Wheat brings the ball in, gets it to Sammy. Sammy with the left foot plants it in the back of the net. That secures our victory. 2-0, 90 minutes down. No way they can come back now in the extra time. Nice save by Wheat on the rebound, and then good pass, and Sammy just plants it in the back of the net. You know, we have these young strikers who are going to be our next generation of strikers. Got to keep them fit, keep them scoring goals until it's their turn to take over. So there we go. Very nice 2-0 victory. We've been doing that to a lot of teams in the MLS. Well done, guys. And there's no doubt we could do that to these teams as well. So there we go. We'll take a look at the stats here. They didn't have the worst ratings in the world, but their defense didn't play too well. On our side, though, our defense played very well. Wheat and Johnson with over 7.5. Gonzalez had a 7.5. So we had a few people who performed very well. The rest of the team just sort of did their jobs. We got the goal from Gonzalez and goal from Sammy, and the assist from Bruce Wheat. So it's a very good matchup. Take a look at the analysis here. 12 interceptions for Wheat. Or for Johnson, I mean. Distance run for Wheat, 8.5 miles. 86% passing completion for our fullback, Makopa. That's a very good stat there. Of course, over 90% passing for our midfield. Very good. Only a drawback here was Ben Manning with no chances, playing that target man position. But other than that, very good performance all the way around. We'll leave the match. So there we go. These Champions League videos are usually pretty short because we have games like this quite often. But we can take a look at what's coming up next for our competitions. We got to finish out the Champions League, although I don't know how many more of these games we need to watch since we're up 6 points, well, 5 points. You know, if there's an upset or something, maybe we'll show one of the games, but we don't necessarily need to. So looking at the schedule here, we might come back. As you can see, we got the 2 Champions League. Probably come back for the MLS finale versus Colorado. Though none of these games are going to be particularly filled with drama. So, you know, because we're so far ahead of everyone else in the MLS. And we're winning our Champions League group pretty handily. So it'll probably be just a quick season-ending wrap-up. And then we'll move on to the playoffs. So there you go. That's what we're going to do. And until then, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.